All right. So this book, this is called Mother Night by Vonnegut. This is spoiler free. This is just I just want to talk about what I think Vonnegut is trying to tell us with this book and what we can take from it for our lives, and also just sort of his writing in general. He's a writer that repeats a lot of themes throughout his stuff. He has his fixations, and he also sort of appears as a character in his books a lot. Like he sometimes literally and sometimes sort of metaphor or more of a narration, like third party omnipotent voice he comes in. And he literally says in the introduction to this book, here is the theme of this: we are what we pretend to be, so we ought to be careful with what we pretend to be. Now that, seems like a fairly innocuous theme. Like you could probably apply that to a lot of things, but then you sort of think about it, and what this book is actually about, like the narrative that then follows, is about a guy, Howard W. Campbell Jr. I'll read the first line. My name is Howard W. Campbell Jr. I am an American by birth, a Nazi by reputation, and a nationless person by inclination. He worked as a propagandist for the Nazis for his whole life, even though he was an undercover spy. So he wasn't trying to work with them, but he ended up becoming known as someone who did a lot of work for the Nazis. And this book is sort of much after the war, him sort of living with that. It's worth noting also Vonnegut did serve during World War II. But regardless, a lot of this book is about him sort of dealing with the fact that everyone sees him as this, what he sort of performed as for a very long time. And I think it raises the question, what matters more, your actions or what's in your heart? Are you how you perceive yourself and what you believe on the inside, or are you how other people perceive you? It's an interesting question, and this is something all over postmodernist writing, even from just a little bit I've read. I think of White Noise by Don DeLillo has some similar things. I think of Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk. In that one, there's almost a solution to the problem is a one in line with Buddhism, which is that the way to escape all of the labels and attachments of society is just to become nothing. That maybe we are nothing on the inside, and that it's not either of those things. It's not how other people see you. It's not how you see yourself, but rather we're all just nothing. I don't know. But what I think Vonnegut is saying, and this is something of just a rephrasing of that theme, but I think that there's also part of it that's questioning free will. Like, how much do we actually control? If history is just going to write about us incorrectly, then what are we? Or maybe it's not even writing it incorrectly. Maybe it's just how other people, how the historians perceive us is how we'll look to people, how people will look back at us forever. But what I think Vonnegut is trying to say is that to lie is to live. Like, no matter what, in some way we are lying just by existing. But what we can control, even if history is out of our hands, we can control what lies we tell. And I think that's what Vonnegut is trying to say about lying, and with writing this very exaggerated example of this person who wasn't a Nazi is literally going to be known as a Nazi forever, because that's what he put forward for so long, even if it was a lie. I think it's worth considering how we present ourselves and what is authentic or not. I mean, when you make a profile picture, mine's pretty stupid. It's a little Palmon, low resolution image, but it's you don't just take a picture of your face and put it on there just as you are. You put thought into how you present yourself. We sell images of ourselves constantly in this age of the internet. It's a human thing. It is. A golden retriever just runs up to you. It's naked. It's just that's a being that just is what it is, right? It's a human thing that we try to present certain. Maybe not. Maybe some animals have higher, because I do think of animals that try to appear intimidating or try to show off to attract. Maybe it's just a natural thing. But I think humans, at the very least, society exemplifies that. What clothes do you wear? What messages does that send out to the people around you? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but I think there's some interesting questions. I think Vonnegut wants us to think about that. This Mother Night is second favorite of his. Slaughterhouse-Five is definitely my favorite, but that one probably, it's funny because that one probably has the least to do with what I've been talking about out of his books. Like something like this, or Player Piano, or Breakfast of Champions, or even Sirens of Titan in a certain way, like has more in common to do with what I'm talking about than Slaughterhouse-Five. Slaughterhouse-Five is kind of about like PTSD and shit. But anyway, okay, that's it. Have a great day, everybody.